You got to be good so that you can be good for other people. It's just a fact. And it's so important for us as Black men and men in our community. We got to be healthy so that we can take care of ourselves, so that we can take care of each other, and so we can take care of those that we are responsible for. So if you're married, you got to take care of your wife. If you got kids, take care of your kids. And even if you're none of those things, you're single, you want to be in a good position to take care and have influence of your community. I mean, maybe you got parents that are getting up there in age. You got to take care of them. Or aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, it doesn't matter. We want to be in a good place so that we can do well for others. And we want to be healthy for ourselves. And we definitely don't want adulting to kill our creativity. In this episode, I want to talk about why entertainment and creating aren't the same, and why you must take time to create or make something. So thus far in the few episodes that I've talked about, the few episodes that I've done so far on the podcast, I'm stressing the importance of why we need to have releases, why it's important for us to go and make something, why it's important for us to create something, because we need healthy and beneficial ways of dealing with stress and dealing with the burdens and stuff that we carry. We want to be healthy in all regards, and that includes mentally. It's so important that our minds are in good places. And I think a lot of times what we often turn to, I know in another episode I talked about vices, but also something else that we turn to is entertainment, whether that's watching your favorite thing on TV, whether it's sports, anime. I like watching anime from time to time. Like I've been working through My Hero Academia. I like the show. I think it's cool. Sit down, you see some cool fight scenes and stuff like that. And the story's it's pretty entertaining. It's your typical anime story. But the point is, we are all looking at times just for a way to release, to sit down, to kind of numb ourselves. But just because we're sitting down watching a football or basketball game or sporting event, or watching anime or watching your favorite TV show or whatever, that doesn't mean we're actually helping ourselves. It doesn't actually mean that we're releasing that stress. It doesn't really mean that we're getting the emotional let out that we need. Let's look at the definition of entertainment. We'll start with that. Entertainment. This is dictionary.com if you want to go look it up. Entertainment. It's a noun. The act of entertaining. Agreeable occupation for the mind. Diversion. Amusement. Something affording pleasure, diversion, or amusement, especially a performance of some kind. From this, it really seems like entertainment is really just a way to escape. Let's break down some of the words. So in the first definition, it says, the act of entertaining, agreeable occupation for the mind, diversion, amusement. The word diversion means the act of diverting or turning aside, as from a course or purpose. A channel made to divert the flow of water from one course to another, or to direct the flow of water draining from a piece of ground. Distraction from business, care, etc. Recreation, amusement, a pastime. Let's look up the word amusement, because that was also in the definition of entertainment. Anything that amuses or entertains. The act of amusing or entertaining, diversion, the state of being amused. So here, we can look at entertainment, and all it's really doing is distracting you from whatever you're trying to be distracted from. It's not necessarily helping you. It's just a distraction. It's not actually helping you to deal with your feelings about whatever you're stressed about. It's not actually helping you to process what's going on with you. It's literally taking your mind off of what's on it and focusing it on something else. Now, I understand sometimes that's okay to do. It's okay to I had a really long day, or this has just been a really long week and I just need some kind of escape. That's fine. Like I said, when I get the chance, I will sit down and watch a couple episodes of My Hero Academia or any other cartoon or anime. That's my go-to, and sometimes my wife and I will watch whatever else is on Netflix or whatever. But the thing is, I don't know, maybe this has happened to you, but sometimes I can sit down and I can be trying to watch a movie or a show or whatever, but I'm still thinking about what's bothering me. I'm still thinking about what's stressing me out. I'm still ruminating and muttering over and, constantly coming back to something that bothered me earlier in the week, or something that I'm afraid of, or something that's, keeping me a little down, or something that I'm anxious about. And, no matter how much TV I watch, or even video games, I don't have any recent consoles. I don't. That time period of being a gamer kind of just went away. I don't know if it's ever coming back, but sometimes I'll download different mobile games or whatever. So I'll sit on my phone and play some games. And, as much as I'm playing the games, or as much as I'm watching TV, or just getting in the rabbit hole of YouTube, I eventually come out from the distraction. I come out from the diversion. I come out from the amusement. And all the things that I was worried about are still there. The things that, I was anxious about, or things that were kind of weighing heavy on me, they're still there. I haven't really processed anything. I was just distracted. And so entertainment, it may be good from time to time, but it's not going to help you really process what you need to process to get to a healthier place. It's not really going to give you the release that you may need. Sometimes you can play games and you can feel like you're getting some of your anger and stuff out. If you're playing like Call of Duty or whatever games you like to play, that may help you relieve some stress. And I think, to some degree it can. It can. But there's a big difference between being entertained and creating something. So the definition of creation is, also like entertainment is a noun, the act of producing or causing to exist, the act of creating, engendering, something that is or has been created, something that has been brought into existence or created, especially a product of human intelligence or imagination, an original product of the mind, especially an imaginative artistic work. So you see, there's a difference here between entertainment and creation. Creation is actually bringing something out from within you, bringing it into existence. And that can manifest itself in different ways. I've mentioned before, there's so many different ways that you can create things. You can create things by writing. You can create things by painting. You can create things by music. You can create things by doodling. You can create things by music. I said music already. You can create things by cooking, baking. There's so many different ways that you can actually take an idea, take something within you, and bring it out and bring it into reality. It can be shooting a video on your phone. It can be a vlog. But it's you actually creating something. It's you taking something from within you and bringing it out into the real world in whatever way that looks like. Again, you don't, for example, like painting and drawing, you don't have to actually go get a canvas and paint something. You can use Microsoft Paint and just doodle something. That's still creating. You can use Photoshop if you're fancier. There's so many ways that you can actually take what's inside of you and bring it out. Same thing doesn't happen with entertainment. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because a lot of times we think in being entertained and having those moments when we're watching something or playing a game or whatever, we feel like that's actually helping us because we've gotten accustomed to it being an escape from reality. But the thing is, in that attempt to escape, we're just creating a diversion for ourselves. We're just finding a way to amuse ourselves, but never really dealing with a problem. It's the same thing with vices, and I talked about that in a previous episode. We try to find things that numb or distract us from what's really going on with us. And that's something that we've been taught, in our culture, especially as men. We're not always encouraged to actually deal with our internal problems. Sure, we may feel like it's our responsibility to fix everybody else's problems, especially, if we're married or whatever, we're often in a mind to try to fix things. Fix. How can I fix? How can I solve this problem? But we rarely do that. with ourselves, or very often outwardly focused. I mean, that may even come into play with our physical health. That stereotypical thought, like a man won't go to the hospital until his arm is like actually falling off, because we'll either just suck it up and keep going, or we'll just ignore it. We'll find some way to distract ourselves. We'll divert our attention away from that. But that never really actually solves the issue. And it's even worse when it's a soul issue, when it's our mental health. Trying to find as much entertainment to drown out the pain that we have, to drown out the frustrations that we have, to drown out the fear that we have, the anxiety, the depression. That doesn't fix the problem. And of course, like I've mentioned before, I'm 100%, 1000% advocate for therapy and counseling. But I know sometimes we're not quite there yet, whether that's financially or we just haven't worked up the courage to actually go schedule that counseling appointment. Whether it's with, an actual medical professional, which I think is a really good choice, or if you are in a church community, you can always try to set up a counseling session with your pastor, if that's okay with you. But we need to actually do something. And I'm really suggesting that we create something, that we make something, so that we can get to a healthier place. So we don't let the stresses of adulting or any other aspects of life keep us from being well and keep us from living our full, vibrant, and excellent lives. Because it will surely do that. Yeah, it's nice, if we have a job and we're making decent money or whatever, and we have the opportunity to purchase a lot of luxuries or various types of entertainment. And that could be cool, but are we really okay on the inside? Or are we just buying a lot of stuff to amuse ourselves and to divert attention away from the things that are really going on, our deep insecurities, the fact that we feel absolutely alone, or we feel insignificant, or we feel insecure in our manliness. But we're just going to keep buying stuff. We're just going to keep going on trips. We want to keep posting stuff on the internet to try to impress other people so that people think we're okay. And so that we can let people know that I'm okay, but we're really not okay. I'm encouraging us to create something, to make something, so that we can actually bring out what's inside of us, deal with it, and heal from it. Again, the definition for entertainment: the act of entertaining, agreeable occupation for the mind, diversion, amusement. Something affording pleasure, diversion, or amusement, especially a performance of some kind. Compared to creation, the act of producing or causing to exist, the act of creating, engendering, an original product of the mind, especially an imaginative artistic work. There's stuff inside of us that we need to get out, and there's stuff inside of us we need to deal with. And again, I'm suggesting that you should just go make something. Go create something. Hey, if you want, there's tons of stuff on Pinterest for you to do. Again, it's just a thought. And I'm encouraging this because I know, especially in our community as Black men, we need help. We may not want to admit it, but we need help. We need to get to a healthier place. And where we are impacts and affects those around us and those in our community. When we are healthier, our women can be healthier, our children can be healthier, our whole community can be healthier. And that's what I want. I want more of us to be healthier. I want us to be good so that we can do some good for others. So take some time to create something and maybe, spend a little less time with the entertainment.